Open your eyes.
Hey guys, I hope you're having a beautiful day. This is my very first bullet journal plan with me type of video, so I hope you like it. I shot this on a very gloomy Sunday here in Brooklyn, and after a pretty rough week recovering from my wisdom teeth being yanked out, so it just seemed like the perfect opportunity to sit down with my bullet journal and plan out my February monthly spreads since we'll be switching over midweek. So my bullet journal is very list and block oriented so that I can easily overview what needs to get done and how to achieve different milestones. But since it's such a gloomy and relaxing day, I figured I'd give decorating my monthly spreads with a theme a try. I am super obsessed with Zelda Breath of the Wild right now, thanks to my roommate letting me play on his Switch. When I get attached to something, I really just jump all in, and Breath of the Wild is such a beautiful and challenging open map game. I just can't put it down, so I thought I'd give it a try to do a theme on that. I'm sure my drawings will be a little sad, but we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna start off with my first monthly spread, and it's called Momentum. Now, this was inspired by Productive Flourishing. I've been following them for a while now because they have some really great planners that you can download and print for free. So if you're curious and looking for some really great functional planners, I definitely recommend checking them out and playing around with what works for you. I started incorporating their practices and ideas in January to create sort of a hybrid of what I've been developing over the last year. So far, I'm really liking it. I actually decided to change this up from my last Momentum spread because I wasn't using two of the boxes that I had created, which was important events and emergent projects. I normally keep track of this stuff in my weekly spread, so I felt like I really didn't need it here. Instead, I just extended my notes box, which ends up being where I keep quick thoughts and feelings that I experienced throughout the month and just drop them down there. I'm all about freehanding my font and boxes because I'm lazy and don't want to spend a ton of time using a ruler. So I just go along and follow the dots that are there on the page, and it seems to work out okay for me. Okay, so this is a good idea of how my Momentum spread normally looks. I've got my quarter objectives, my monthly objectives, my notes, and my weekly project focus. So the hope is that all of this kind of trickles down to help me focus in and plan on my work, so I'm spending time doing things that matter most.
Open your eyes.
I would usually stop here and move on to the next spread, but we're gonna spice things up this month and we're gonna have a little fun with some color and some doodles. I already looked up some existing work by different artists, so I'll be sure to link any art I reference throughout the video so the true artists can be recognized. So I started with this one because I'm absolutely in love with it, and sketching it out with pencil first and then coloring it in with my Arteza markers. Right, so that took a while, but I really love how it turned out. And now I can't wait for it to be February so I can start using this spread. Honestly, if my roommate wasn't playing the game at the time, I probably would have been playing it instead of drawing, but I'm actually really glad that I wasn't. It's been a long time since I've drawn like this, and it felt really good once it was done. Since this drawing took so long, I did end up moving to the next spread because I was losing light and I really wanted to give you guys the complete set of monthly spreads before going back and doodling around. I do end up going back and drawing some more, so if you're interested, just stick around to the end. This will be my monthly habit tracker, which goes across both pages. I'm starting at the end and writing backwards from 28, but I'm gonna go back in and add the first letter to every date underneath when I'm done. Now, this is the bones of my habit tracker, and I had an idea while I was shooting to use this area to the left for my daily gratitude log. It normally gets its own page, and I thought that this would just be a better use of space because I normally don't use up this area. This month, we're gonna try it out and see how this condensed version works out. I number this list a little differently by using a block of color and then filling the numbers in with black. And there you have it, daily gratitude log, super simple. Now I'm just going in and writing down my different habits and goals that I'm tracking. I always split it up into 4 different sections, which are health, focus, create, and mood. It's not just my habits that I like to track, but I also track certain goals or things of that nature. So I hope you like this spread and find it useful. Now we're going to work on my final monthly spread, which is super duper simple, and I call it On This Day. This is something that is kind of like a mini journal where I write down 1 or 2 lines about that day, whether it's a quote or something exciting that happened or how I'm feeling. It really can just depend. I number the days the same way as my gratitude log with a block of color and then using a dark fine tip marker for the numbers. With this one, I skip a line between each number so I have a little more space to write. So yeah, that's really it. This gives you a really good look at how I set up each month. I started off with my momentum spread to spark my productivity, moved to my habit tracker and gratitude log, and then finally my On This Day quick journal spread. So if you stuck around with me to the very end, I do have some sunlight left, so I am going to continue to draw and add in some doodles if you'd like to join me. If not, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an incredibly productive and empowering February. I'd love to hear what you think about my spreads. I'd love to see your monthly spreads and hear about your projects you're working on, so be sure to leave a comment and start that conversation. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for future videos. Till next time.